A very welcome back to all as the third and final match of the day is about to get underway. The game between the Tigers Cricket Club and the Tokyo Dragons. Tigers winning their first game, if you remember, against the Falcons, where they defended the low total of 62 runs. And meanwhile, the Tokyo Dragons, they had to chase down. They had to defend 67, which they could not now. Vikas Shrestha. As you can see, Tigers won the toss. They've elected to bat. And here we go once again. Vikas Shrestha. Good start. Once again, and there was half a chance of run out there. Good start. Really good start for them. Once again, just taking guard here. Good ball. A shout there. I think he got the pad. Did not get the pad, says the umpire. So it's going to be a wide. There was a lot of swing on it. No doubt about that. Just a small nick on that. We've got Suri and Thakur. Thakur now. Just trying to get underway this time. Get something on it, I think. Is that going to be a wide? No. So it's not going to be a wide again. Nothing on it from Thakur. I'm sure you'd want to avoid the wide deliveries here. Good shot straight down the line. That's going to fetch them 2 runs, I think, in this power play. Remember, the first 3 overs are, of course, going to be the power play overs. Only 2 men outside the circle. I think they would want to aim at something close to 75, 80 if they can, the Tigers. The pitch seems to be far slower today. And a direct hit there for a moment. Something to ask a question of, and that has resulted in an overthrow, if you call that, an extra run. Shrestha now just sizing up. Gagan Suri now tried to get something on it. Got back in time. That's going to be a wide. Gagan Suri and Sachin Thakur. Seven runs of this over already. 3 of those coming from wide deliveries, which is something I'm sure Shrestha and the team would want to avoid. They don't want to give extras. That's a much better delivery. That is more like it. Another ball for Shrestha now. Just readjusting the field. He's back in the attack. Defends that. And I think that's going to be that. No is the call. And that brings the first over to an end. Seven runs at the end of the first over. Now it's Vijay Banjare in attack. Second over of the power play. It'll be interesting to see what kind of total they have in mind. Currently, 7 runs in the first over. Banjara in the attack now. Swing and a miss there. Didn't read the ball perfectly. Sachin Thakur. Here he comes once again in the attack. That's going to be wide, I think. Wide is the signal. Back in the attack. Banjare. Slower ball this time. He read it perfectly what the batsman wanted to do and just slows down, pace off, and difficult to strike those. That's how you approach the power play. You tactically just try to outclass the man in front of you. This time it's in the air. Where's it gonna go? The fielder just narrowly misses out and it's thrown back, and it's only gonna be a single. They thought about two. He was halfway up the pitch, wasn't he, Thakur? Only a single there. So this is turning out to be a really good over for Banjare. Dot, dot, wide, dot, and a single. Suri now just taking guard. Defends it. Dot ball. Just 2 runs of the over so far. So not the start that they would have wanted here, the Tigers. Takes a step ahead, and that could have been a stumping. He had to get back in time, but that brings the second over to an end, and only 2 runs off it. A brilliant over from Vijay Banjare. And it's 9 for no loss at the end of 2 overs. They really not managed to maximize the power play as of now. And one would assume Shrestha is going to be back in the attack. Let's see. Shrestha brought back in the attack as Sachin Thakur takes the crease. And there it is, he strikes. He strikes, he gets his wicket. You always expect Shrestha to get something. He got one in the first over of his previous game as well. And now this time in the second over he strikes. He takes Thakur out. He was finding it difficult to get going, I must say. But Gagan Suri loses his partner. Sachin Thakur has to go back and maybe we see Sandiru Demantha come up now. Let's see who comes next. It's not been a good start for the Tigers. To make matters worse, Shrestha has taken a wicket. New batsman just taking guard now. Shrestha serves now. Shrestha once again. 5 more deliveries to go in his over. There's a lot to still face. And well, close once again. Good delivery by him. Now in the attack once again. Defends it. Looks for a single, but no is the answer from Gagan Suri. Doesn't want to take those risks. You can understand his POV. Doesn't want to lose an easy wicket. This time he gets a good contact on it. It's in the air. The fielder's there and he takes the catch. So he has been sent back all the efforts to try and build a partnership once again. This time, Noor Ibrahim Mohammad, the captain, has to go back. And Shrestha strikes once again as he takes the second wicket in his over and in the power play. And this couldn't have been a better start for the Dragons. Absolutely brilliant. Wicket, dot, wicket. He's heading to a double wicket maiden over if he can pull it off. But they've got 2 early wickets already, the captain being one of them. Gagan Suri can only watch as 2 of his partners have been sent back already. This time played in the gap, maybe for a single. They get a single, or is it going to go all the way? That might just go and hit the boundary. It does not. Just a little lucky in the end, but they managed to get 2 runs off it. So it's not going to be a maiden over. That could have easily have been an overthrow 4. Final delivery. And well, that is going to be that. So that brings the end to the power play. It's 11 for 2 at the end of the power play. Absolutely brilliant for the Tokyo Dragons. They've gotten 2 wickets. They've gone 2 important wickets. They've got the captain as well. And now it's Suri and Gido George at the crease. First ball after the power play, and it's been hit into the gap. Is it going to go all the way? I think yes, it does. So the first ball after the power play, Raval takes the responsibility, but it's hit very well by Suri for 4 runs. A much needed boundary for them. Once again, this time a better delivery. Just a single. Better deliveries by Raval. Now in the attack. Nicks it slightly. It's in the gap. Is it going to go all the way for 4 once again? I think it will. That's hit really well. And they're finding form this time around. They're finding runs as well. So that's another boundary in this over. 2 better deliveries from Raval before this. Thought he would just back on track, but it was played brilliantly by Gio George. You saw the way he just cut it very late, found the gap, and used the outfield to direct it to a 4. 9 runs in this over already. They're up to 20. Trying to cut it slightly. He does exactly that. Now in the attack once again. Good contact. It's in the air. Where's it going to go? Is it going to go all the way? Yes, he finds a 6 now. So they're really finding their form and feet here now. Found a massive six. And with that, the over comes to an end. It's 16 runs from this over. An over that they really needed, didn't they? They're up to 27 for 2 at the end of 4 overs. Now in the attack. Chosen to bring Robin into the attack now. Robin Kirky. Maybe try to be the difference maker. Stop the momentum that the Tigers are building here between Suri and George. 15-run partnership between them. This time it's in the air. Is he going to take a bounce? The fielder gets to that one. Just a single. Tried to hit it on the full toss, but didn't get the best of contacts. The fielder had to be solid there, and he did exactly that. Hits it on the full toss. They're going for a single. I think that's all it's going to be. So singles galore in this over so far, but nothing more than that. No dot balls, no wickets, no fours, no sixes, no twos, no threes. Once again, into the gap. It's going to be a single, I think. The fielder favorite there. And they're going to try and run back for two finally. They're going to get 2 runs off it, not just one. So 6 runs off the over so far. That's going to be a wide, I think. It just hits his pad in the end. So unfortunate for Jiju George. But that's going to be it. 6 runs in this over. It's 33 for 2 at the end of 5 overs at the midway point. The 6th over starts right in front of us, and straight away off the first ball, it's a 6. So, if you remember, in the previous game, the Tokyo Dragons were defending their score, and there were 3 sixes in a row that went to the captain Arjun as he came on in the 6th over or the 5th over, if I remember correctly, 5th or the 6th. And this over too starts with a 6. So that's something he needs to change up. This time, a much better delivery. Much better delivery. This time gets a slight cut on it. I think that's going to find the gap. Is it going to go all the way? The fielder tries his very best to get there, but that goes for four. So 10 runs in the over so far already. That brings them up to 43. Another good over for the Tigers. Now, once again, in the attack. This time, swipes at it into the gap once again. The fielder's trying to save that one. They will manage to. So it's just going to be a single. Good fielding in the deep. Just a single there. And that brings the over to an end. 12 runs in this over. A large over, good large over for the Tigers. It's 45 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. Now Robin Kirky brought back in the attack. This time gets a swing on it. Jiju George, is it going to go all the way? That's a lot of power behind that. The ball is going to the next field there. He's got his entire might behind that, and that's gone for a six. And with that, the 50 comes up for the Tigers. 51. Now, they've really picked up form from the fourth over onwards. The power play was really not good for them. But the bowling attack, they need to complement their early bowlers as well. Robin in the attack now. Once again towards the left side. It's going to be in the gap, and two fielders colliding into each other, not able to save that shot that goes for 4 runs. 6 and 4 back to back. 55 now. They're really playing with freedom and confidence now. And this is not what the Dragons want. They need to break this partnership ASAP. 27 and 22. That's not looking good for the Dragons. Meanwhile, the Tigers really in a position that they would have envisioned themselves to be. Once again, tries to place it just for a single this time. Happy with that. Another single there. Robin looking to end the over on a better note, but a full toss there straight to Jiju, and that might just go all the way. You do not give full tosses to Jiju George, and that's another six. So this turning out to be an extremely expansive over in the end. 18 runs of it in the end, and this has been massive for the Tigers. The seventh over comes to an end, and they're up to 63. 28 of 17 for Suri, 29 of 15 for George. Both of them have really carried the team on their backs here. You can see that between them, it's 57 runs. Only 6 runs scored by anyone else in their team, or the extras, all included. 57 between the two of them. And now, once again, Suri gets a good strike on that. That might look to clear the fence. But the fielder is there. It's Sijan Shrestha this time. The attack this time, slower ball, and he likes to play it down the leg side, and the fielder there tried his very best to catch that one. It was always going to be difficult, and that goes for a maximum yet again. This is the highest amount of sixes we've seen in any of the matches so far. Cuts on it slightly, trying to find the gap, and maybe the outfield might just kick it, go all the way for a 4. So, another huge over so far. It's a single and then 6 and 4. They're racking up the runs. They're not scared. They're into the 70s, well into the 70s, and they're looking at 100. I'm sure of it. That is going to be the target of the Tigers. After a very slow start, they've been outstanding, the two of them. Now, the attack again. Look at that, trying to attempt the reverse sweep there. That is the amount of confidence that they are on right now, especially Jiju George. He came in a very difficult situation. There were two really early wickets, and he's helped Suri and himself just pick up the slack and once again try to find the boundary there. Will he do that? The fielder there makes sure it's not a boundary this time, just a single. So that brings the over to an end. It's 76 for 2 at the end of 8 overs. Now in the attack again. This time they start with a single. This is the ninth over, of course. I'm sure mentally they're looking at trying their best to reach the 100 mark if they can. It's the captain again. He went for an expensive over earlier as well. And this time he strikes. He takes the charge and he gets the job done. Jiju George has to go back at 40. He goes for that big 6, misses, and his wicket is gone. No half century for Jiju George. Finally, a breakthrough that they needed. Maybe a little too late. this time. Arjun trying to create a better over for his team. Much, much better over this time. A single, a wicket, and a single now. But well done by Jose to get Suri on strike. Sunil Jose contributed well with the bat in the previous match as well, but this time he realizes that the set batsman is Suri and he wants to get him on strike, and Suri does that to get 2 runs and get back on strike. Four runs of the over so far, 2 deliveries to go. 80 comes up for them. This time he swings at it, it's in the air. Can someone get underneath it? It lands in no man's land. So they're going to try and come back for 2. Not this time. They're happy with the single. This time, Sunil Jose. And, well, that's a good end to the over. It's a good over overall, good recovery. Just 5 runs from it, considering how the match has been progressing over the last 3 to 4 overs. This is a really good over from the captain, Arjun. And it takes it up to 81 for 3 at the end of 9 overs. 1 over to go and 100 now. Looks difficult, looks really far away. They would love to add 10 to 15 runs in this over if they can. They have to go all out. And it's Sijan Shrestha who's going to be bowling the final over. This time towards the leg side. Into the gap, and I think that's going to go all the way for 4 runs. Yes, it does. The fielder can't get there. The perfect start for the batting team as Suri gets 4 runs. Once again, this time Suri tries to strike at it. Swing and a miss. I think Sunil Jose was interested in a single there, but Suri was not. He didn't even look his way. I'm not even sure he was aware that Sunil Jose had run half the length of the pitch there. Vijay Banjare. Better delivery this time. 4 more balls to go. Suri now, this time getting good contact on it, good purchase. Where's it gonna go? Lands in no man's land. Just gonna be a single. That gets Jose on strike. 5 runs on the first 3 deliveries. Sure, they'll be looking for another boundary if they can move their score into the 90s. They have a really good bowling attack, don't forget. And they'll be confident of defending a 90 plus score. One should think so. Good fielding once again. Are they going to come back for 2? Look at that. Sunil Jose once again excited to run, but Suri seems to be knackered. I think he's not going for those 2s. 6 runs so far. Final few deliveries of the first innings. 87 on the board. Now this time it's in the air. Suri has gotten something on it. Just lands before. And he's looking to get back for 2 runs. 89 on the board now with 1 delivery to go. Can Suri find a boundary? 1 delivery to go. 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 1 delivery to Suri also up to 41 now, in the 40s. Can he find a boundary to end this? Swings at it, no boundary, but they're going to keep running. I think they're going to look for two. Two it is. They get back. No, they don't. He does not get back in time, Suri. He's going to lose his wicket. Run out in the end. It's 90 runs on the board for the Tigers. Still a very, very competitive total. 91 to win for the Tokyo Dragons. It's much more than they would have wanted. I'm sure of that. They would have probably envisioned something in the 60s as well. But, well, it's not an impossible total, you know that, but the pitch seems to be slow today, unless it's just picked up momentum right now after a few games. We'll see how the pitch turns out in the chase, in the second innings here. But 90 runs on the board for the Tigers, 91 to chase down. We're going to come back for the chase very soon, but you have to, appreciate and put plaudits the way of Suri and, well, Gijo George, especially the two of them, who played the innings through 80% of the game together. And they've racked up 40 plus scores, both of them. 90% of the total score has been contributed by the two of them together. And let's see if they can repeat the same magic with the ball as well. The chase is on very soon. We'll start. About to get the chase underway or just about to start. It's 91, the total that they need the Tokyo Dragons to chase down and gain victory here today. In 10 overs, in just 60 deliveries. They need to be perfect and need to get off to a good start if they want to do this. And Sunil getting off to a start here. He gets the first over. Sunil Jose, 2 runs off the first ball. So no boundaries here yet, but singles and twos to start their innings. If you can oh, that's an appeal. That's going to be an appeal. Will the finger go up? No. I was going to say, if you remember, it was a very slow start in the power play for the Tigers. So that might be something that the Tokyo Dragons would want to do differently. See how it develops. Sunil Jose in the attack again. This time swings well at it. It might have found the gap. It might just go away and run away for 4. Brilliantly hit. That's 4 runs. So 4 runs there and a delivery to go in the first over. It's a good start to the first over for the Dragons. That's going to be a wide, I think. Yes, it is. Sunil once again. The side played well into the gap, and that might run away for another 4. Yes, it will. So a brilliant first over for the batting side. And a little disappointing for Sunil Jose, as with this, to get off to a good start. 1 over done. Second over about to get underway in front of us here, and a good delivery. Has he got his man? The finger goes up. He's nicked it. And what a start here. This is exactly what they needed after the first over. And Nebu Thomas strikes on the first delivery itself. Abhaya has to go back as his partner just looks on. Naveen Acharya, who was instrumental in the previous game. And this time Abhaya goes back. See the high fives, you can see the appreciation. They know they have a huge total to defend, but they didn't get off to the start that they would have wanted in the power play in the first over. 13 runs conceded in the first over itself, which is huge considering the pitch. Now in the attack, it's going to be a wide. Now trying to strike and well, narrowly misses. Another brilliantly bowled, and the finger goes up. There is another wicket. So, absolutely amazing this over. This is the kind of over that can change the entire flow of the game. At this point, they are in a position that they would have loved to be. You can see the celebrations as well. They've got 2 wickets already in this over. Nebu Thomas once again in the attack. It's been an incredible over. Trying to swing at it. It's in the air. Clears the fielder there. I think that's going to run all the way for 4 when the power play, remember. Only 2 fielders outside the circle. Now it's in the air. Takes a bounce. Neo Thomas once again. This has been an outstanding over. That might have been a wide, but it's in the air. And where will that go? Just before the fielder. It's going to be a single. Now, Sunil Jose back in the attack. They decide to bring him back in. 72 needed off 50 deliveries. 48, 71 of 48 now. And there's an appeal there. There's a huge appeal there. Well, you can see the rain maybe just starting to get a little bit heavy, and at some point, if it doesn't stop, maybe a call needs to be made by the umpire. We shall see what happens. Sunil Jose in the attack again. Trying to swipe at it. Nothing giving way there. So good comeback for Sunil Jose as well in this over. Now, Sunil Jose in the attack again. Good delivery once again. The second and the third over have been really good for the Tigers. This is the kind of deliveries that they want. This is what they want to do. Jose once again this time. Batarai is trying to swipe at it. That might have found the gap there. Might go all the way for 4 runs. Yes, it will. The fielder trying his very best to reach there in time. But just a boundary there in the end. Third over comes to an end now. As you can see, Jose's spell comes to an end with 16 runs across 2 overs. Good recovery this time around. Not too shabby in the end. And it's 26 for 2 At the end of 3 overs, the power play has come to an end. And now it's important to see what the response will be, because as you can see, the fourth over here in front of us, and it's the danger man, Ahmed, who was the match deciding factor in the previous game. Now he is taking the ball in his hands. They're trying to cut it, and they've cut it really well, and that might run away for 4 runs. Will it? Yes, that's brilliantly played by Robin. That's the most runs Ahmed has conceded in a game today. A maiden over he started with in the previous game, and then 2 wickets and 2 runs in the second over. Just 2 runs across his spell. This time starts with a 4. They are par with the required run rate. That is something to consider. And once again, Robin gets good contact on it. That might fly away in for another 4. So back-to-back 4s for Ahmed. Something's not clicking this side, or maybe Robin just feels fresh confidence because he's hit 2 4s to one of the best bowlers we've seen today. Now, yet again, there's an appeal there. Is there enough? And yes, Ahmed strikes this time, and Robin's frustrations, because he went for 2 4s, and this time Ahmed replies by taking his wicket. 2 4s in this over, but then a wicket. It's 34 for 2. 34 for 3 now, actually, yes, as Robin walks back. We continue once again with Ahmed here. Better delivery once again. They're going to get a single, but it could have been a lot more for Ahmed. Now, once again, this time, just get something off the edge there. Not going to be enough. Once again now. This time played behind. Is it going to go all the way? The fielder reaches there in time. Better bowling once again as we are in the fifth over. That was close. That was really close to the wicket keeper. That was a chance. Once again, Vikas in the attack. Better ball this time. Really well bowled. This time it towards the leg side as he found the gap there. I think the fielder is going to be favourite if he reaches there in time. No, he does not. So that's going to be a 4. This is the kind of over they did need after all, and they're racking up the runs once again as Santosh and Bhattarai trying to form a partnership here. All said and done, they've been going on par with the required run rate so far. The keeper gets something on it. Is that going to be enough to slow it down? Yes, it is. Only a single. Eight runs of the over so far. Final delivery. Once again, into the gap. It's going to be a single. So 9 runs of the over. Once again, they're going according to the run rate that they do require. So they're off to a good situation right now, the Tokyo Dragons. Look at that, the current run rate 8.8, the required run rate 9.4, not too far away. This could be a very critical over. If they can get the similar 8 to 10 runs in this over of Ahmed's over, it'll be a good over seen off. But if Ahmed has magic up his sleeves once again, then it might start creating pressure on the Tokyo Dragons. Let's see what unfolds in this over. Now Ahmed. This time it's in the air. He's taken a call for the fielder. Just sends it back. Now, once again, swipe at it. Similar shot, similar area. This time the fielder gets it. And there it is. Ahmed strikes. This time it carries all the way to the fielder. And he gets the wicket he wanted. Ahmed's magic once again at display here in front of us. Ahmed now once again in the attack. Single off the first ball, then a wicket. New batter at the crease now. Look at that. Really puts the pressure on the batsman. You have to play him wisely. Butterai, the batsman who was dismissed earlier. This time it's in the air again. He's had a call for it. Can they take it? Yes, they do. He strikes again. So he has to return to the pitch already, to the pavilion already. Ahmad strikes twice in this over, and the captain has to walk back. It's not been a good day for the captain in the both the innings. He's let a lot of runs through, and he's not managed to perform with the bat. Something he won't be happy about, I'm sure. But Arjun goes back as the fifth wicket now falls in front of us. And now it's Sushil Sapkota who walks out. Now, once again, into the gap, a single. So, a little bit of relief for them as the run rate seems to be going up and up. This time in the attack, swipes at it slightly, just edges it a little bit. Thought about a single, I think. And that brings Ahmed's spell to an end. 3 wickets for him this time, 2 wickets in the previous match, and this has been an extremely, extremely brilliant spell once again. 6 overs are now done, and 5 wickets have fallen. Now in the attack, Jijo really good with the bat. If you remember, once again, Jijo George has taken the responsibility with the ball as well. This over could be a very crucial over. Required run rate is close to 11 now. Jijo in the attack again. This time gets a good contact on it. Maybe it's found a gap. Satpoka and couldn't stop that one. A little poor in the field there. Tried to stop it with his feet. Sapkota happy that he gets 4 runs there. Jijo won't be happy about that. Defending a total, you need to be a little bit more prompt in your fielding. Now, once again, better ball this time. Difficult to deal with. It's been a slip as well. An attempted run out, and there's an overthrow that's going to result in a single. Vikas just trying his best to get that wicket there when maybe they didn't need to. But that results in an overthrow and a single. 6 runs in the over already. The boundary turning out to be a little expensive so far. This time, wide is the signal. George now. Much better ball this time. Not disturbed at all by the antics. You can see the head games there. Santosh just trying to get in the head of George. 7 runs in the over already. 2 balls to go. Let's hit into the gap there. The fielder favorite there sends it back. It's only a single. And you can see a lot of slips there running because of the rain. A little bit of a slip. Second time that's happened. Final delivery defended well. And that brings the end to the 7th over. 55 for 5 at the end of 7 overs. They need now 36 runs in the next 18 deliveries. Twelve runs and over. One really good over for either side could make the difference. 12 runs and over is not impossible. It is doable, especially with the way Sapkota and Santosh have been playing. But they need to strike in every over. And he starts with attempting that, and that might have found the gap. The fielder is there. So they're going to come back for two, I'm sure. And an extra run there. So, well, an overthrow there, an extra run, and that is the kind of impetus you need in situations like these. Every run counts, and they've established that with the way they went around with that running. 3 runs of the first delivery. That's almost a boundary, isn't it? Loose ball this time. It's in the air. The wicket keeper grabs that one, and that will be the wicket. Sapkota has to go back, gets a nick on it in the air, and Kumar Jha strikes. That's wicket number 6. The danger man now, Santosh, still at the crease. Now the left-hander coming out. So Kumar Jha just changing his approach a little. As we said, this eighth over is going to be very crucial. Started with 3 runs, but then a wicket. Let's see what happens next in the attack. Swings well at it. It's in the air. Can someone get underneath it? Can he stop it? No, it goes for a 6. What a start there by Shrestha. Going for a maximum 9 runs in this over already. And they're inching closer to the required target. Really, really well hit there. Confident striking. Swing and a miss this time. Much better delivery from Vikas Kumar Jha. The first one was really loose. It was calling to be hit. Once again, this time gets good contact on it. It's in the air. Where's it going to go? The fielder trying to track that one. Does not get his bearings right. Could not take that catch. So it's going to be 2 runs. Shrestha back on strike. He's going for the big ones. You can see that's what he's been sent out for. Use your power and try to get as many boundaries if you can. Doesn't matter if you lose your wicket. That's the order for him. 11 runs in this over already. So they've managed to get the required runs. And now everything's a bonus. And he's gone for the bonus there. Gonna come back for 2. Great running once again. So 13 runs in this over. A brilliant over for the batting side. After a wicket, still a lot of runs. 10 runs taken by Shrestha. Very important runs. You can see Santosh is struggling there a little. I don't know if he's cramped up or if it's an injury. I saw him struggling a little earlier as well. 68 for 6 at the end of 8 overs. They're on track. They're still on track to win. They need more overs similarly. 12 runs in every over. And I think that's what the umpire is indicating, that a substitution for that injury needs to be made, a replacement. Or will he play? Will he carry on? We have to see. Looks like he wants to carry on. Let's see if he can. Nebu Thomas now brought back in the attack. Really crucial in the previous game. This one as well. Can he deliver an over of the team's liking? That's going to be a single, but they need to be quick. They might try to come back for 2. Just a single that time. If he can keep it at 5 to 6 runs in this over, then the match is going to be in their favor. Left-hander now. How is Nebu going to approach this one? In the attack now. Swing and a miss. Really good bowling. Pace off. Slower delivery. Smart bowling. He knows what Shrestha wants to do. He wants to strike. Just take the pace off. Slow down the ball. And let the batter do all the work. In the attack yet again. That's in the air. Can someone get underneath it? No, it's going to go straight all the way. And saved in the end by the fielder. Just a single. With so far a single, a dot, and a single. 2 runs of the first 3 deliveries for Nebu. Now facing off Santosh, who's struggling with an injury, it seems like. Tries to hit it towards the leg side. Is it going to go all the way? That's going to be an amazing shot. Santosh uses the entire force and turns the ball against there to the shorter side of the boundary for a maximum. That is a 6. And they're still well in the game, aren't they? Still well in the game. This is the wicket that they need. They need to break this partnership up. They need a wicket if the Tigers want to win this one. 16 runs now. 15 runs now needed. I would say it's in the favor of the Tokyo Dragons. You can see Santosh there. He's trying to charge down. The delivery needs another good delivery here. And gets something on it. That should be a single, I think. And that's going to be a single to end the over. Shrestha, just a little bit desperate to get a single. I don't know why. Maybe he does not want Santosh on strike because of his injury. Could be a possibility. But that brings the over to an end. And they need 14 now in the final over. It's quite there where they would want it to be. It's a lot of pressure in the final over. 9 runs in this over. Not too shabby in the end. Apart from the 6, I would say. If the 6 didn't go through, it would be an outstanding over. 5 brilliant deliveries and one loser, one played to the leg side for 6. Let's see how they approach this final over. Jiju George, who was outstanding with the bat once again. He would want that his team wins when he's done what he's done with the bat. And he would want to and have to replicate something similar with the ball here. 14 runs to defend. He has to avoid 6s. That's the category 1. Then a few 4s. If he can limit the boundaries, this is going to be their game. But if not, Santosh and Shrestha might just carry it all the way. Jiju George now. Jiju George. Final over. 14 needed. Gets good contact on it. Looking to find the gap. The fielder is there. And they thought about a second. But just a single there. In the attack now. And that's hit well by Shrestha. It's in the air. Where will it go? Is it going to go all the way? That might be 4 runs. Really hit well. And that's 4 runs. So 9 needed of 4 now. You need to avoid boundaries. Jiju George and Shrestha and Santosh need those boundaries. 9 of 4. Another 4 or 6 will pretty much put it in their favor. Swing and a miss this time. Good bowling. Really good bowling. Slower, pace off. That's what he needs to do. 9 needed of 3 now. They need a boundary and they need it soon. Swings well there, trying to find the gap. The fielder finds the ball, so that's just going to be. Or has he caught it? Has he caught it? The fielder has caught it. Well, we couldn't see it the first time because of the camera motion, but the fielder catches that one. So that's a wicket. Jido Joe strikes and Shrestha has to go back. Well, that is a wicket. And you can see the pain that Santosh is in. He's finding it really difficult to bat out there, but he's not willing to go off because he wants to do his very best to carry his team to victory if he can. But now they need 9 of 2. A single of the first ball, then a 4 from Sheshta, but then the recovery from Gino George once again. A dot ball and a wicket. 2 deliveries to go. They need 9 runs. They need a 6 and a 6, or they need a 6 and a 4. Even 2 4s takes them to super over. A 6 and 2 runs takes them to super over. It's a lot of permutations, but they need a 6 somewhere there, or at least a 4 in this delivery. And a swing and a miss that time. Takes the wicket and he's gotten the wicket. I think brilliant, brilliant run out from the wicket keeper. And Santosh has to go back. Well, there you have it. That might be the very end of this game. They've gotten a run out. Swing and a miss there. And Santosh has to walk back as 2 new batters take on the crease. That is not what matters because you need 9 runs in 1 ball now. They just need a legal delivery. That's all they need. That is all they need. One legal delivery. This has been a hard fought match between the two of these teams, the Tokyo Dragons and the Tigers. And it looks like the Tigers edge out once again, which would mean that they would have got their second victory here today, while the Tokyo Dragons would face their second defeat. Both matches really close. They've given it a fight for sure. You can't deny that. Just a little lucky at times, just a little lacking in a few regions, I would say, for the Tokyo Dragons. Back to the drawing board after this. But it's still not over. There has to be a legal delivery from Gino George. Gino George now just taking his steps again in the attack now. Here he comes. Final delivery. And just plays it across the ground. Nothing much that can come off it. It's just a single to end. So that is that. And ultimately, a brilliant over once again by Gino George brings about the end of this game. They win by 7 runs. A lot of fight in this. And Gino George clutching once again. The Tigers happy with 2 victories here today. Both times they had to really fight for it. Let's not deny that. The start to this game as well was not good, especially the power play, remember, for the Tigers. But then the way Gino George batted, and of course Suri as well, Gagan Suri and Gino George, really, really good. And then with the ball, they faced some tough, tough moments. It got really close in the end. And Gino George stepping up once again. Just 6 runs in the final over. They win by 7 runs, and the Tigers go home happy, while the Tokyo Dragons back to the drawing room. We'll see the statistics here very soon of the batting side and the bowling side as well. Just look at the way the match went. But that's it so far. That's it for the third and final game of today. This is, of course, nothing else but the Japan Cricket League, the T10 League that's got it underway the previous week. And we will meet once again the next week. It happens every weekend. You have to tune in, of course. It's brought to you by the Japan Cricket Association here at Sano International Cricket Ground. Well, we've got to see some really good cricket here, haven't we? Just gonna wait for the statistics, and then that would be that. You can see here once again, these are the figures of the bowlers, and you can see how Nuski Ahmed turned out to be so crucial along with Gijo George. You can see the fall of wickets 13, 15, 34, 45, 45 twice, 58, and then all the way at 82 and 82. For a moment, it looked like Shrestha and Santosh are going to carry the team to victory, but not to be their day. Well, that is that for match number 9 here in front of us. This is all for today. Hope you had a good Sunday and have a good Sunday up ahead as well. Because this is it for the JCL T10. And I was your commentator for today, Sahib. We catch you again next week, same time in the morning, and we'll see you around that time. For now, goodbye. Take care.